Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much. Your monthly subscriptions help keep the bills paid, so to speak. If anybody's interested in supporting the channel in that way, please go over to patreon.com, look up Engelgeist, pick a subscription level, and you get the daily forecast over there a day early, plus other readings that are available only over there. If you're interested in booking a private reading, you can message me at my Facebook business page. This is a daily forecast for the greater collective for their highest good. Therefore, it is intended for many people. You need to take what you hear here and apply it to your life where it best fits. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. You just might be working on something different. This is a timeless reading in the sense that because it is for the greater collective for the highest good, when you're seeing it is when you're supposed to see it. Trust me that. Spirit has a way of getting us the right information when we need it. So if you're seeing it on a date that's not, the title of the video, this is for Friday the 25th of September, it doesn't necessarily matter. It may be you need to hear something even though you're watching it, next year on a different day. All right. So, keeping that in mind. Also, anything that you do see here or any decisions you make after watching this video in regards to your own situations in life are your own responsibility. Trust your intuition, especially over anything I say. Just use this reading as maybe guidance, validation, support, insight, but always sort of, it's here to empower you, to assist you, but not to make the decision for you, okay? So let's get into this. Friday the 25th, what do we need to know? It's been really sort of an interesting change. We've got a lot of stuff going on astrologically that's been shifting and changing. Saturn is about to go direct soon, which that'll be God knows what. And I think Mercury goes retrograde in October. I think Mars might be going direct again. There's just quite a bit going on. All right, so let's see what's going on here. What do we need to know? The focus definitely seems like we're doing for ourselves or placing ourselves first. Okay, Four of Cups. Now, we've been seeing that Eight of Cups a lot, and I think that that's okay. I think that this Four of Cups is somehow tied to that Eight, right? Obviously, it's the suit of Cups, but it feels like there's some sort of like, maybe some indecision, maybe some boredom, maybe some frustration, contemplation going on for us emotionally, right? Or like with a focus on emotional activity, or because that's the suit of cups for you. It's the sign of water, or the symbol of water, the element of water, and it is the sign of the element of the emotional body, right? So, but I think when I look at this card, it feels like we maybe are in a little bit of a pause or a holding pattern today, which is fine, right? I think that there might be a little sadness or frustration around that for some of you because we had such a sort of yesterday's that Ace of Wands. We had that Ace of Wands energy, right? I believe that's correct. Am I mistaken in that? We did. We had Thursday's Ace of Wands underneath that King of Wands, which would be all about sort of fiery desire, action, feeling empowered. This feels a bit dialed back, right? This feels a little bit like maybe we've shifted positions. We've shifted, and I don't mean this in a bad way. It just means that like we might be kind of pausing, taking a breath, assessing situations, looking at things as they are. How do we feel about them? Contemplating, what do I need to do next? What do I need to take on? Or where do I need to take it on? How do I need to take it on could be the question. And how do I feel about that, right? Or how do I feel about how, what the environment is supplying me right now, and making our decisions from that. The one thing I will say about this is it feels, fours to me always bring about that idea of stability, right? Because I always think of four legs on a table. And so I feel like through this contemplation, even maybe facing some of this frustration or boredom, sitting with it, we might be frustrated with a person or bored with a situation, a relationship, a job, whatever it may be for us. As we're sitting with it and we're contemplating how we're feeling about it, we are attaining some sort of stability, probably some clarity around it. And in essence, I feel like we will be further empowering ourselves. It feels less emotional than that Eight of Cups energy that we've been seeing over the last 2 weeks that keeps sort of resurfacing. But this is sort of attached to that. I feel like, you know how sort of we can ebb and flow in our thoughts, in our feelings, that sort of a thing. I feel like we're ebbing and flowing back into that Eight of Cups, but not quite as deeply with this Four. Does that make sense? And so we're aware that this is going on for ourselves, and we're maybe uh, pulling back a little bit, or monitoring it. I don't want to say controlling it, but we're not like allowing it to sort of. I don't want to say that they overwhelm us either, because I don't feel like we were super overwhelmed. It was just very much in our face. We were very aware of it with the Eight of Cups, is kind of the feeling that I was getting. I just feel like there's a little bit more mastery in this Four of Cups. Does that make sense? Like, we're a little bit more in control. We're like, oh, okay, so here come the feelings again. Let's deal with them. So we're going to sit with them, and we're going to look at them, and we're going to contemplate them, and we're not going to let them sort of scare us off or challenge us in any way, right? For some of you, things like I said, could be on hold. That could be a little bit frustrating too, but you will get there, is kind of the feeling that I get when I look at this card. Through patience and contemplation, you will get there. It will all happen in due time. Now, the end of the week underpinning card, I was just looking on the calendar from Sunday, is the Knight of Wands, right? So we still have that wands, can do, fiery energy. We have that knight energy, right? Knights always for me, always represent that sort of loyalty, discipline, servitude, doing the right thing for the right reasons. The Knight of Wands can be a little bit like intense, or move a little bit too quickly, or want to like be desirous of moving a little bit maybe before we're ready. And that might be some of what's causing this pause. This Four of Cups, they kind of feel, if I'm being completely honest, they sort of feel a little bit at odds with each other. That's okay. I think that it's that at odds that is creating this discomfort that I feel in this Four of Cups. But this discomfort is sort of teaching us, right? This, I don't know why the word obedience is coming up in my head, but this sort of, it could be boredom, it could be frustration. We want to move, or we want to like, okay, so I see where this is applying to my life. We want to go or get where we want to head. We want change. We want to affect that change. But we're on a pause, maybe. So take this pause and utilize it to better stabilize the emotions, to better understand what it is and why it is we want it. And I think that part of the reason why this is happening too is it's like sort of shore up our awareness, our emotions, and kind of prepare us so that we can, like further down the line or a little bit into the future, really start to create the things that we desire, right? We've seen that Ace of Wands, we saw that King of Wands, we see this Knight of Wands. So there's a lot of desire, a lot of spirit energy around us, a lot of the fire of that and the action that wants to take place. But we still might be clearing away limiting emotions and thoughts, feelings that could be, things that would have stopped us in the past or blocked us or gotten in our way. We're shedding those is kind of how I feel, okay? Also with the planetary influences, I feel like this at odds feeling is, like the picture that I'm getting in my mind is it's like we're being stretched in directions that we don't necessarily feel are super comfortable, right? But we need to be stretched in this way or challenged in this way so that we're all the better prepared for what's to come. And I do feel like what's to come is going to be like a benefit or good ultimately, but we have to understand sort of maybe how to receive it, or we want to be at our sort of ultimate best, or really to like the feeling that I'm getting, or where my mind is going is that we're sort of positioning ourselves through going through this at odds feeling so that once we get there we can really appreciate what we've achieved. I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's see what the Moonology card says. Okay, a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So to me, again, we've got this balance idea or stability with the the scales in Libra. New moon energy is again that building, and we had, did we have a new moon eclipse yesterday? So we have new moon eclipse, right? So we're eclipsing yesterday, and then we go into this new moon of Libra. So I feel like this is the same card, and I'm going to describe that to you, or why I'm saying that. I feel like yesterday we didn't necessarily know what new moon was, right? We knew new moon energy was coming. It was just an eclipse. It was this big, powerful energy of, like, you know, changes upon us, hold your vision, that sort of a thing. Well, our vision is starting to become more clearer, right? That's what I mean by this card being a continuation. I feel like that new moon energy is starting to reveal itself to us even more. It's this new moon in Libra, right? It's this idea of staying balanced, staying intelligent. Libra being the sign, like the element of air. There's a mental aspect to this. There's what's the word I want to say? Like a quickness, an intelligence, an awareness that comes with this moon that is important, and there's this focus on that idea of balance and stability coupled with this Four of Cups that we want to have, and we're building upon that. Now, this new romantic cycle begins. For some of you, this could be an actual romantic situation with somebody outside of yourself, but I kind of feel like this romantic cycle could be about a romance within ourselves. And what I mean about that is, I mean, not only are we appreciating ourselves more or about to begin to build that over, say, the next month or 2 or 3, we could be building a romance with the life that could be about to be created for some of us if we're really paying attention. Does that make sense? And so my idea here is that for those of you that feel like you're struggling or torn, or, you know, maybe kind of going in and out of feeling up and then down, in control and then not, don't worry. All of this serves a purpose, is sort of the message that I feel like I'm getting from these cards. It feels like, to me, it's bringing us to this state where we can be balanced in the center of maybe things that are challenging, and weigh at the scales. Like, one day it may pull us this direction, one day it may pull us this direction. But if we stay in the center, it's sort of strengthening us, teaching us how to remain balanced, teaching us how to remain sort of intelligent, detached a little bit would be a good Libran sort of energy too, that element of air. And also air feeds all that fire energy that we've been seeing in the cards. So they're definitely connected. When I look at this new romantic cycle begins, I feel like this is maybe us falling back in love with life. We've had a year, guys. We've had a situation where the year has been frustrating. There might be a few more trials and tribulations to come as Saturn goes back direct and goes back into Aquarius. When Saturn first entered into Aquarius, that's when the pandemic opened up for us. That was back, I want to say, I think it was in March. Not when the pandemic. I don't know the exact date when Saturn actually went into Aquarius at first, but it was right around that time where a lot of, like, sort of weird shifting was taking place, and it shattered a lot of what the societal norms were. Now Saturn has retrograded back into Capricorn, which is what Saturn has been in for quite a while, and what we're used to. So we've kind of reacclimated to the pandemic and life, and things haven't gotten back to normal by any means, but we're adapting to this sort of strain, right? That's that sort of stretching that I'm feeling, right, in these cards. In certain ways, we've been stretched throughout all aspects of our life, our perception of things, and we're also doing this at a very personal level, I think. This new romantic cycle begins. This feels like the opportunity to build on how we now relate to the new world as we go back into Aquarius, and Saturn begins to go direct and, you know, start to build within the sign of Aquarius, and how we readapt. How do we fall back in love with life? How do we feel like we're connected to those around us and able to be in this world? I know that sounds a little bit like grand, extreme, but that's kind of the message that I'm picking up with all of this. So I want to leave you guys with this idea of hope, even if you're feeling a little bit, I wouldn't say confused, but maybe contemplative, a little bit stuck for some of you, but that's okay. Utilize this time to kind of clear out any emotions that aren't serving, right? That are only going to, it's like, I feel like we're setting up for a better day to come, is definitely the feeling that I get. So The grounding stone to ground in this day is respect. Again, I feel like this is sort of focused on the self and how we respect ourselves. I've seen these, these cards of health, generosity, give, forgive, respect. These are all the grounding stones this week, and all of them feel like they apply more to ourselves than to the outside environment or people around us. As we do this for ourselves, we're able to better do it for those around us, right? This respect, if we find it within ourselves to kind of take this time, right? I even see this Four of Cups as an opportunity to sort of respect ourselves emotionally, to kind of sit with ourselves, to honor that and to gain that stability, to bring in that balance that we see in this new moon in Libra, and to build upon that, right? Emotionally, mentally, so that the strong desires that we notice in these underpinning fire cards, we're able to carry out those things going into the future and really fall back in love with the things that we're creating and the opportunities that are being given to us, right? Respecting all of that coming towards us and what we have in any given moment is kind of key, right? How we're treating ourselves is sort of the vibration or the message that we're putting out to the universe as to what we expect and what we think we're going to be getting. Again, underneath all of this is that wisdom stone, where this week we're really achieving some sort of awareness, some sort of profound intelligence about maybe ourselves, our desires, where we want to be in the world, how we want to be in the world moving forward. And I really think, looking at these cards, we're figuring that out. We're just kind of in it in the present moment. It might feel slightly uncomfortable or emotional at times, and then at other times we feel good, but we roll with it, right? Always holding ourselves to this sort of level of respect and making sure to be truly giving to ourselves, generous with ourselves, focusing on maintaining our own, health in our mental realm, our spiritual realm, our emotional realm, because there's a lot of stuff that's not healthy going on in the world right now, let's be honest. But I think that that's, again, that pulling energy where it's stretching us. It's saying, pay attention to me, watch I'm just going to throw this out there. It's my perception of things, but watch the world fall apart, and how well can you hold it together? How strong are you, right? And I think in some ways we're being forged through these experiences. So allow yourself to be forged, because there's something on the other side. There's a transformation taking place that will be quite beautiful and profound. So let me read these to you really quick. Sorry, that went a little long. Okay. Come on, Cups. Four of Cups. Discontent and isolation, feeling at a loss as to what can be done to improve a situation. Doubt, melancholy, a disenchanting experience. Disgust can also indicate being fussy, having to deal with naysayers, not recognizing what one has. It is an encouraging card indicating help that seems to be divine intervention, ensuring one has all the cups one needs. So that's nice to know. If, like I said, if we are feeling frustrated or feeling like stuck, just don't let that get in your way. Take this time to kind of just contemplate, be in the moment, allow yourself to be sort of forged, right? No, that's full moon. Sorry, I need a new moon in Libra. 1 second. New moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. Give and take could be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning, and if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. And anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised, such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is the sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. Reach out to someone and let them know that you care. Additional meanings for this card: feel more, think less. Marriage or engagement is on the cards. A legal matter will go your way. Pay some attention to your appearance, but don't be all about appearances. The teaching: Libra is the sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So when we have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales. The energy wants to bring things back to equilibrium. And that's what I mean by this new romance. Like we're going to be able to eventually, hopefully, fall in love again with maybe our life, with ourself, and maybe with another individual. I mean, for some of you, that could very much be a very obvious read there. So hold tight, you know, and try and sort of like with this respect stone, to me, it's like find the, like, I don't know why, but I'm hearing the word gratitude in the sense that like finding gratitude for everything that we have, even if we're feeling stuck, you know, like stopping for a moment going, okay, I know I'm not alone. I know this may not feel great. What is it that I need to do, or how is it that I need to clear? What do I need to clear away? What do I need to connect to or understand better or sit with to be able to move forward, right? And you will be able to move forward at some point. So just having, to me, having sort of a sense of gratitude for that, even if it is feeling a little bit frustrating or you know, maybe you're being, like the card said, being a little fussy. I certainly am at this time, so I can understand that. Having a respect for myself during this time, giving myself, you know, a moment to relax and just be like, okay, Dan, it's all going to be okay. We'll set about this opportunity for me to be happy or in love with the opportunities that are coming. And that's a form of respect, you know, being in appreciation or gratitude of that. That is your forecast. That was a long one today, guys. I'm sorry. It's Chatty Cathy here on the boards. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can contact me at the Facebook business page if you want a personal reading, or subscribe to my Patreon page to help support the channel. Please give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how we end out the week, and then we'll start a following week on Sunday. So thank you all for tuning in. Each and every view helps. Again, please smash that like button because that helps the algorithm too. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.